So we've seen a real flattening in the last little while in the marketplace, a little bit in the last 2 weeks, kind of normal. Stampede hits. A lot of people on vacation for the next week or two. That's why we're going to be touching base on things like client follow-up strategies and using our mentorship to grow your business. Because take advantage of these times when you're not going 900 miles an hour to make sure you're keeping that pipeline full. But Gary, what's going on with some in the financial world?
Well, the price of oil is $46.68, up from $44.35. The Canadian dollar is now at 79.09 versus 77.67.
Well, and that's, I mean, we can look at the biggest contributing factor being the rise in the Bank of Canada rate last week, the quarter-point bump. We'll talk a little bit more of that through some of the other areas, but it's had a definite positive effect on the Canadian dollar. And seeing as Kathy's down in the States, I'm quite happy that the Canadian dollar is a little stronger right now. But let's take a look at what's going on in the market itself. Number of listings. So in Metro Calgary this week, we're at 6806 versus 6793, up 13 listings, which is basically consider that to be flat. Red Deer is at 751 versus 732, up 19. Calgary months of inventory absorption rate right now, of course balanced being 2.5 to 4. Total right now is 3.51 versus 3.36 last week. So we're seeing that little bit of an uptick. And in single family homes, we're at 2.66 months of supply versus 2.52. So just into that balanced market, but definitely leaning towards a seller's market. Condos up a minor amount, 5.49 versus 5.47. Very traditional to see that little bit of a slowdown right now over this time in last week as we just move into the July period, vacations, everything else. So Gary, what's going on outside the city?
So in Okotoks, it's 3.62 versus 3.39. In Airdrie, 4.6 versus 4.2. In Cochrane, it's 3.8 versus 3.75. Strathmore, 6.41 versus 6. Sundre, 29 versus 34.6. And in Red Deer, it was 5.33 versus 5.01.
So small upticks in inventory in all markets except Sundre, which is nice to see them drop 5.5 weeks almost.
Right.
But again, their market very different than ours. A lot of rec properties, other things in there. And what's our benchmark at?
Benchmark is at 441,500, down slightly from 443,800.